Hey, welcome back to the ULTRAKILL P-Rank Damage List series. Within a day, that first video became one of my most successful, and brought in a lot of views and subscribers. Clearly, the people who watched it want to see more of it, so here I am. On to the topic of the video, the next letter I have to complete is Limbo. If you didn't watch the previous video yet, I would recommend that before continuing, because I go over the rules and everything else in that video. So with that out of the way, let's get into Limbo. Entering into the gates of hell, 1-1 wasn't really that bad for the most part. Limbo isn't my favorite layer. I don't really like the first two levels, but playing them again without speedrunning in mind is pretty fun. The level starts pretty easy, nothing very difficult, and then we obtain a new weapon, the nail gun. The nail gun is good for mowing down stuff like Maurice's and just some overall damage. I personally don't use it much when it comes to playing the game, and I do prefer the saw blade launcher over it, but we don't have access to it yet, so we have to wait for a little bit. The level was pretty easy after that though. The last room was pretty difficult. A very small space with a lot of strays and schisms is very easy for you to get hit in, and the wave of 6 drones after isn't any easier. Drones are really annoying in my opinion, both in this challenge and in general. They love to hide and shoot a lot of projectiles pretty quickly, but still went down with some decent effort.
Now is that a P rank? That's the question.
Yes.
Nice one. Schisms. Were those schisms?
1-2 was also pretty the same. The first 2 rooms kinda suck, but everything else is pretty easy. This stage also introduces you to one of the more annoying enemies in this challenge, street cleaners. Street cleaners will run up to you, and if they start spraying fire, you're gonna need to get away pretty quickly. The tank on their back is also still pretty risky to be shooting, cause that explosion will still hurt you. The last room was a little bit tough, but I managed to first try it, so overall the stage wasn't that bad. The Cantor's rodent fight was pretty funny, because I remembered the sharpshooter explodes bullets, so yeah, it's pretty funny. That's about it for 1-2 though, not much else to say.
So I don't have to worry about Cantor's rodent anymore. Yes. Good.
1-3, however, I can only tell you to strap in because this is going to be one hell of a ride. By far one of the harder stages in the challenge, with one of the highest enemy counts in the entire game of 127, the enemy placements in the stage are brutal. The blue path is easy enough. The only hard parts are really just a couple of Maurices in weird spots. There's also a Cerberus that you're able to essentially insta-kill with the nail gun, which I find pretty funny because it breaks the game's audio for a second. The red path on the other side is absolutely torturous. Consisting of only 3 rooms, it has about half the enemies in the stage. The first room is pretty much a bullet hell of strays and schisms with street cleaners, drones, and a Cerberus to help clean you up. The second one has 2 Maurices and a couple street cleaners and drones up top. The last room comes in 4 waves, one with 2 drones and 2 street cleaners, then a Maurice and a bunch of strays, then a bunch of strays and a schism, then a Cerberus with 3 street cleaners. After all that, you're finally ready to fight the hideous mass at the end of the level. But wait, you're not yet, because you need to fight Agony and Tundra, the 2 swords machines, as the secret encounter in this level to get the Slab Revolver. Thankfully, there's a bar of soap, but you don't have a whiplash. You need to throw the soap at them individually, which is hard sometimes because the game thinks you want to punch the swords machine, not pick up the soap. I only died here once, then came up with a strategy of luring them down the hallway and picking them off one by one. The hideous mass fight is really easy, just throw the soap at it. This level took me an hour, which is absolutely the hardest and the longest one so far.
Yes! 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 Oh my god, yes!
And finally, we reach Limbo's climax, Clear Delusion. First, we have a very important part of the run coming up, the Slab Revolver. This is so incredibly important to the run that I get this thing, because this thing is literally just the goated weapon. I love it so much. Next, let's fuck V2 up. Okay, fine, I won't use the insta-kill. I'll actually do the fight. It was still not that bad, but it was just a little bit annoying. And with that, Limbo is done. The first video, within a single day of uploading it, has already become one of my most successful ones, so I'll definitely be continuing the series. Make sure you subscribe to stay tuned on what happens, and I'll probably be back in another day or two. And with that, see ya.